Good evening, everybody. This is Keith at 50th Street Studio. It is 6 p.m., May 29, 2021. Put together a double feature for us tonight. Hi there. Since the COVID 19 pandemic actually does seem to be winding down, here in the States at least, um, so many people have gotten vaccinated. I have. I got my second shot 2 weeks ago, so I should be ready to go outside. I haven't yet. Um, Chris is here. That was Chris that just donated, right? $15. Thank you very much, Chris. We had a bad Saturday morning episode earlier this morning with Mike. He says it's a miracle. Yes, we haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back, and thank you for the donation. So I think we had $15 in donations. Yeah, there they are. They're still on screen. So that gets us $30 toward our $100 goal tonight. As I was saying, I put together what I call my pandemic double feature. Looking back at the past year, 2020, the two things that have dominated the year have been uh, pandemic and media disinformation. So I put together a double feature that represents those two things. Number one on the list is Last Man, starring Vincent Price. I've had uh, quite a few people over the past year recommend The Last Man. It is uh, it is public domain. I know I've shown a lot of movies that are not public domain. We've really pushed the envelope, downright tore the envelope up. But this one is public domain, and I am streaming on YouTube. So that's always risky, streaming on YouTube, but we'll see what happens. So welcome everybody. Who all is here? I only see one person. I only see Chris. Is there anybody else here? Chris says, "I wish I could have been around last week." Yeah, we're always wish you could be here. Um, says I really want to see this one. Eric is here. Eric is my name. Uh, I can't read what you wrote there. Some other language. It looks like. And Chris says this might be the only Vincent Price movie I've ever seen. He made like 100 movies, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's quite a few that you haven't seen. This is, of course, an adaptation of Richard Matheson's "I Am Legend." Oh, Eric is writing in Klingon, of course. Yeah. This movie was released in 1964, produced by Roger Corman. It's considered one of Corman's rare good films, and as I was saying, it's an adaptation of Richard Matheson's novel "I Am Legend," a copy of which I have right here. Um, this novel was published in 1954, 10 years earlier. Uh, I read it only last year. I published a review of it um, on my 30-second sci-fi channel. It is the first zombie apocalypse novel, officially the first zombie apocalypse. Uh, and it's the zombies in his book are actually vampires. So so there's that. And also I was really struck when I read it that it includes everything. It includes everything that we come to associate with modern zombie apocalypse stories, including the beginning of the apocalypse, the development of the epidemic, the wind up of the epidemic, um, every stage that we've come to consider to be modern variations on the zombie apocalypse story. He already wrote them. He already wrote everything with that first novel. Shenlong's here. Welcome, Shenlong. So we got 3 people watching. As usual, to start off, there's a link that just came up in the Twitch chat where you can make donations. by the way, a clickable link to donate to 50th Street, or you can donate to this PayPal address on screen here. There's also a link that just came up in the chat to our merchandise store. Everybody, please take a look at our merchandise store. You can order amazing t-shirts like this. T-shirts, mugs, stickers, barbecue aprons. The Spreadshirt store includes a number of interesting variations on t-shirts. They have a tie-dyed t-shirt. Chris says, "Oh, I'm deaf getting one." Well, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, there are a number of variations on t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies that I've included in there. And of course, there's a coffee mug and a drink cooler. A water bottle, I should say. Eric donated 10. Thank you, Eric. That gets us to 40. 40 for today. That's 40% towards our $100 goal. As usual, I have a short film to show you. This was I was originally going to show some film from the 1964 World's Fair in New York, same year that this movie came out. But then just last night, as I was putting everything together, I came across this bizarre animated film from 1964 that I'd never heard of. So we'll be watching that instead. It's called The Hangman, and it looked appropriately dismal and shocking. So let's give that a listen. Yeah, this doesn't look familiar at all.
The hangman came, smelling of gold and blood and flame. And he paced our bricks with a diffident air, and built his frame on the courthouse square. The scaffold stood by the courthouse side, only as wide as the door was wide. A frame as tall or little more than the capping sill of the courthouse door. And we wondered, whenever we had the time, who the criminal, what the crime the hangman judged, with a yellow twist of knotted hemp in his busy fist. And innocent though we were, with dread we passed those eyes of buckshot lead. Till one cried, "Hangman, who is he for whom you raised the gallows tree?" Then a twinkle grew in the buckshot eye, and he gave us a riddle instead of reply. "He who serves me best," said he, "shall earn the rope on the gallows tree." And he stepped down and laid his hand on a man who came from another land. And we breathed again, for another's grief at the hangman's hand was our relief. And the gallows frame on the courthouse lawn by tomorrow's sun would be struck and gone. So we gave him way. And no one spoke out of respect for his hangman's cloak. The next day's sun looked mildly down on roof and street in our quiet town, and stark and black in the morning air, the gallows tree on the courthouse square. And the hangman stood at his usual stand with a yellow hemp in his busy hand, with his buckshot eye and his jaw like a pike, and his air so knowing and businesslike. And we cried, "Hangman, have you not done yesterday with the alien one?" Then we fell silent and stood amazed. Oh, not for him was the gallows raised. He laughed a laugh as he looked at us. Did you think I'd gone to all this fuss to hang one man? That's the thing I'd do to stretch the rope when the rope is new. Above our silence, a voice cried, "Shame!" And into our midst, the hangman came to that man's place. "Do you hold," said he, "with him that was meet for the gallows tree?" And he laid his hand on that one's arm, and we shrank back in quick alarm. And we gave him way, and no one spoke, out of the fear of his hangman's cloak. That night, we saw with dread surprise, the hangman's scaffold had grown in size. Fed by the blood beneath the chute, the gallows tree had taken root, now as wide, or a little more, than the steps that led to the courthouse door, as tall as the writing, or nearly as tall, halfway up on the courthouse wall. The third he took, we had all heard tell, was a usurer and infidel. "And what," said the hangman, "have you to do with the gallows bound?" And he a Jew. And we cried out, "Is this one he who has served you well and faithfully?" The hangman smiled. "It's a clever scheme to try the strength of the gallows beam." The fourth man's dark, accusing song had scratched our comfort hard and long. "And what concern," he gave us back, "have you for the doomed and black, the fifth, the sixth?" And we cried again, Hangman, is this the man?" "It's a trick," he said, "that we hangmen know for easing the trap when the trap springs slow." And so we ceased and asked no more, as the hangman tallied his bloody score. And sun by sun, and night by night, the gallows grew to monstrous height. The wings of the scaffold opened wide, till they covered the square from side to side, and the monster crossbeam, looking down, cast its shadow across the town. Then, through the town, the hangman came and called in the empty streets my name. And I looked at the gallows soaring tall and thought, there's no one left at all for hanging, and so he calls to me to help pull down the gallows tree. And I went out with right good hope to the hangman's tree and the hangman's rope. He smiled at me as I came down to the courthouse square, through the silent town, and supple and stretched in his busy hand was the yellow twist of the hempen strand, and he whistled his tune as he tried the trap, and it sprang down with a ready snap, and then, with a smile of awful command, and he laid his hand upon my hand. "You tricked me, hangman," I shouted then. "That your scaffold was built for other men. And I no henchman of yours, I cried. You lied to me, Hangman. Foully lied. Then a twinkle grew in the buckshot eye. Lied to you? Tricked you, he said. Not I. For I answered straight. I told you true. The scaffold was raised for none but you. For who has served more faithfully than you? With your coward's hope, said he. And where are the others that might have stood side by your side in the common good? Dead, I answered. And amiably, murdered, the hangman corrected me. First the alien, then the Jew. I did no more than you let me do. Beneath the beam that blocked the sky, none had stood so alone as I. And the hangman strapped me, and no voice there cried, stay, for me in the empty square.
It's Ogden. Herschel Bernardi? That's a name that we know, Herschel Bernardi. Interesting music. I think the story and the message spoke for themselves. Margaret Julian. Yeah, that was heavy. Something that I've never heard of. Melrose Productions. Not something I've seen. That was excellent. It was slow getting started, but yeah, built to a horrifying and appropriate end. Who do we have watching so far? Got Chris and Eric. Shenlong came in at one point. Very moving, says Eric. Yeah, I think that was the proper tone for this for this movie, and for, I was about to say for current times, for any time really. All right, let's get on with Last Man. Produced and directed by Roger Corman. An adaptation of Richard Matheson's I Am Legend, starring Vincent Price. 64. Let's just watch the movie. Okay. Better sound on this one. Stretch out the picture a bit. Oh, James. Good to see you. Glad you came in.
Another day to live through. Better get started.
I do remember reading that this was filmed in Italy for some reason. All the supporting cast are Italian.
December 1965. Is that all it has been since I inherited the world? Only 3 years. Seems like 100 million.
Oh, produced by Lippert. Created by Sidney Salko. I thought this was Roger Corman. He must have been involved in it some way. But Lippert, huh? I have seen this, but it's been years. Lippert. I'm surprised. Hi, Carol. And Mike, hi. Welcome.
Yeah, I own the world. An empty, dead, silent world. More of them for the pit. Every day there are more of them. They live off the weak ones and leave them for the pit. KOKW calling. Come in. KOKW calling. I'm on international frequency. Come in. They can't bear to see their image. It repels them. I need more mirrors. And this garlic's lost its pungency. There was a time when eating was pleasurable. Now it bores me. Just fuel for survival. I'll settle for coffee and orange juice this morning. But first, there's my life consider. I'd better replace that garlic. I'll need more, lots more. Better stop off and get them. I can't afford the luxury of anger. Anger can make me vulnerable. It can destroy my reason, and reason's the only advantage I have over them. I've got to find where they hide during the day. Uncover every one of them. Now, where did I finish off yesterday? Madison Street to 31st Avenue. 11 kills. Over 3 years. And there's more than half the city I haven't searched. Just wide enough to keep the flesh apart so their body seal can't function. And how many more of these will I have to make before they're all destroyed? They want my blood. It's their lives or mine. And I still get squeamish. Wait. That garlic. I'd better put it back where it belongs. I can't live a heartbeat away from hell and forget it. One more stop I'll have to make. I can get rid of them later. Right now, I'm out of gas.
This is a question that's never really addressed in these post-apocalypse films. How long does gasoline store? Gasoline does go bad. How long will gasoline just sit, still be good? I actually don't know. Mike is saying 3 months? Really? That short a time, huh? Hmm. 3 months. That's not long. I remember leaving gas in a lawnmower much longer than that. The rotissomat. Hmm. He's got the generator running back there? Hmm. Yeah. Keeping the freezer running.
They're still fresh, but I'll take only what I need. They've got to last.
Says I'll take only what I need, then he takes the whole basket. I do recall reading that
They can wait too. I've got my life to worry about. Those mirrors have to be replaced before dark.
as I was saying, I do remember reading that Richard Matheson was he was okay with the story as far as the story adaptation, but he was unhappy with Vincent Price. And I can see that. Those of you who have not read the novel, this guy is described, he's like this hyper manly
4 square blocks to search. So many of them still
manly
exist.
man.
How long will I have to keep up this search?
You know, in the 1970s, there was another adaptation. Yeah, Doc Savage. This is Mike. In the 1970s, there was an adaptation called The Omega Man with Charlton Heston. And Charlton Heston was exactly the kind of guy that the novel describes.
haven't much time left. It'll be dark in an hour. And now, 12 long hours before the sun will rise and drive them back to darkness.
He's putting on jazz.
Morgan, come out. Come out.
Yeah, Carol, it's proper zombie fighting music.
Come
It's like
out.
Johnny Quest music.
Come out.
Is there a soundtrack for this movie? Because I like this.
Mom, I can't see! I can't see! Mom!
Another day. Another day to start all over again.
Metaluna Juan, hi. Thanks for coming in. This is your favorite Vincent Price movie? Yeah, and you're right. It is the perfect movie for this for the pandemic. People have been suggesting it all along. I didn't want to show it last year. Things were just getting started. But now that things seem to be winding down, $11 people watching. Welcome, everybody. In the book, he describes making those steaks on the lathe in great detail. It seems awfully time-consuming to me. It's like there would be other ways to do that. Juan says he started reading The Last Man by Mary Shelley a couple of days ago. Yeah, that's Mary Shelley's The Last Man. I read it. It's not a good book. It's definitely worth reading if you're interested in science fiction history.
Birds. God, how I miss you.
Chris, the book is pretty bad. It's set in the year 3000, I think. It was written in the late 18th century, not long after Frankenstein. And I think it's set in the year 3000.
The sun's already set. They'll be everywhere.
But, oops, excuse me. But the technology and society haven't changed at all in the book. People are still using horse and carriages, horse-drawn carriages. Yeah, technology hasn't advanced at all. One thing she did write, though, is that this is a really pathetic fight scene. One thing she did add, though, was that England had become a democracy by that point. That the monarchy had fallen, and that's the one thing that critics at the time focused on. They thought it was laughable. Yeah, the soundtrack is good.
It's Morgan. Get him.
Oh, he opens the door with 3 of them right there. I don't remember him using a mirror like this in the book. Yeah, see, these aren't exciting fight scenes. It makes it sound like the zombies are singing. In the book, he goes on and on and on about the boredom. And about how lonely he is, and about how horny he is. And he talks about the Walking Dead women outside dancing and taking their clothes off and trying to entice him outside. The donation link just came up in the Twitch chat, along with our merchandise link to our merchandise shop. We've got are we at $40 toward our $100 goal? home movies were professionally edited.
Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan? Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan?
3 years.
As I recall in the book, the
2, 3, 4, 5.
zombies didn't get that close to the house.
Hey, Verge. Verge.
Yes?
He had
Oh,
a
no.
tremendous
My
fortress built
makeup.
around the house,
My hair.
and with his generator, he had
Hi, Ben.
Oh.
street lamps lit up.
But I can't see any children.
He had the place lit up like a shopping mall,
Uncle Ben!
and they tended to stay away from the bright lights.
Kathy.
Uncle Ben!
Oh, okay.
Open them and see.
He's shooting the very home movies that we just watched. That's interesting. I like that.
Take a look at this.
It's highly theoretical, Ben.
Theoretical. Do I have to remind you that theory is a beginning of solution?
Is Europe's disease carried on the wind? Is it, Ben?
Could be.
And if it is,
It isn't, Verge.
is that what you really think, or just what you'd like to think?
I
Robert?
cannot accept half-baked theories that sell newspapers. I'm a scientist, not an alarmist.
You're whistling past the graveyard.
Is that a commentary on my work at the lab?
We both know how hard you've worked.
I'm sorry, Ben. I just can't accept the idea of universal disease.
Uncle Ben, you promised y'all a card trick.
All right, Kathy. Who can resist that face? All right. Card tricks. Card tricks.
Robert, is it possible this germ or virus could be airborne?
Anything is possible, Verge. The best brains in the world have been running through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. The germ is visible under a microscope, but it's not like any bacilli ever known.
In what way?
It can't be destroyed by any process we've been able to uncover.
But with the whole world trying, there must be a solution.
Hey, Mommy, when are you gonna cut the cake?
Right now, our problem is to cut that cake.
Doesn't seem safe to sit on that table.
Coming, coming.
wind wake you up?
It always does.
How do you feel?
I'm all right.
Oh, don't get up, honey.
I'm not sick, Bob. I'll make you
You don't
breakfast.
have to.
I'll be all right. Go on and read your paper.
All right. Oh, sweetheart, look, if you don't feel well, please go back to bed.
I'm just a little tired, that's all. I wish somebody would find a vaccine.
It's all we're working on at the lab, Verge. Maybe you better not send her to school today.
All right. You think you should go to work?
I have to.
Oh, Bob. Bob. I'm so frightened.
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
This does have extra meaning for these days, the whole essential worker problem. There is a great deal in the novel. It's very prescient, I guess.
Well,
The bacilli are multiplying.
that kicks the bone marrow theory in the head.
This specimen shows a higher white count than when I put it on the slide. Those cells are still living, Dr. Mercer, off one another.
There has to be an answer. You heard that all communications are ended outside the continental limits?
Yes, I heard.
That leaves it in our laps. So we keep trying. Where's Cortman?
Well, he should be here by now.
You two stay on this virus theory until I decide it's exhausted.
Right.
Yes, sir?
Morgan will fill you in.
All right, sir. And what did the great man of science have to say today? More of the usual?
Oh, he's trying, Ben, just like the rest of us.
And nothing works. The streets are swarming with truckloads of bodies that they're throwing into that god-awful pit. And the dedicated Dr. Mercer goes on with his plodding, unimaginative approach.
You have a better idea?
Maybe. At least it involves imagination.
Ben, it's as simple as this. An unknown germ is being blown around the world. It's highly contagious and it's reached plague proportions.
And you don't believe some of the dead have come back?
Let's get to work.
And why are they burning the bodies? Why don't they bury them?
Because it's the best known way to control the contagion, to keep the germ from spreading.
That's what we've always believed at any rate.
You'd prefer us to believe in vampires?
If they exist, yes. There are stories being told, Bob.
By people who are out of their minds with fear.
Maybe. But there are too many to be just coincidental. Stories about people who have died and have come back.
They're stories, Ben, stories.
And why are the infected people always so tired in the daytime? Why can't they stand the sunlight? Why are they only seen at night?
Come here. Look.
I know as well as...
Now, is this bacilli or isn't it?
It doesn't alter...
And this bacilli is found in the blood of every infected person, or isn't it?
To show me germs is not to refute these stories, Bob. Point is, if there are vampires, they exist in spite of these germs.
Come on, let's get to work.
There's a great deal in the novel. I was saying it's very prescient, but there's a great deal.
This station will continue its around-the-clock coverage of this national disaster. And now, we switch you to the state capitol, where His Excellency, the Governor, is speaking from the Executive Mansion.
Get this out at some point.
In conjunction with the federal government, declared this state to be a disaster area. The public health is dependent on bodies of the deceased being burned. You must notify the health department immediately if you have a plague victim in your home. Under no circumstances should you gather publicly. In view of the dire emergency that exists, I intend to...
There's a great deal about the public denial.
Anything new?
And also about his
No, nothing new.
his personal denial.
Nothing.
The outright denial that his wife
Where are you?
ill with.
Mommy, I can't see. Mommy.
I'm going to call the doctor.
I said no. Verge, there's nothing they can do.
We can't just let her lie there.
Well, this way she has a chance. If you call a doctor, he'll report it. Do you want that?
Mommy, help me. Mommy. Mommy, please help me. Mommy, help me.
How can you be so sure she's...
Blindness is one of the symptoms. You're not to call a doctor under any circumstances. No one is to come into this house. Now remember that.
Mommy. Mommy. Mommy, where are you?
I've got to pick Ben Cortman up on the way to the lab. No one is to come into this house. Now remember that.
Who's there?
It's me, Ben. We're late. Ben, what's the matter with you?
Nothing, and I'm going to keep it that way.
Ben, look, let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about. You think I'm out of my mind. You laughed at me and my theory. You might be one of them.
Ben, look, you're ill. You ought to see a doctor.
No doctors. You take care of your life, I'll take care of mine. Now get away from here. You understand? Get away from here!
If you're looking for anybody but me, forget it.
Are they all gone?
That's right.
Is there any hope from the latest reports?
No, not yet. But believe me, Morgan, we'll find an answer.
When, Doctor? We need it right now. I need it.
You're the only one who wasn't afraid to come here today.
What's going to happen, Dr. Mercer? Is everybody in the world going to die before someone finds the answer?
No, I don't think so. I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
All right, let's roll.
When? When?
I called a doctor. I had to.
I told you not to call anyone.
Mom, she was blind. She couldn't see. She kept reaching out her hands, groping for me. And then, all of a sudden, she was gone. And they came in. I tried to stop them. They took her.
I saw a truck out there. Was that it? Was it?
I'm sorry, lady. There's nothing I can do.
Let that truck through. Get out of the way. Get back, folks. Nobody's allowed out there. Please, all of you, get behind those lines. Look sharp there. Move. Move along.
Make way for that truck. Make way.
Hey, you, mister! Come back! Come back!
Did this truck just come in from Market Street? I said, did this truck just come in from Market Street?
Mister, I don't know.
Hey, you don't belong in here. Get out. I said get out.
I want my daughter.
Mister, a lot of daughters are in there, including my own.
won't let them put you there, Virg. I promise. I won't let them put you there. Who is it? Who's there?
Morgan! We're going to kill you, Morgan! Morgan! You hear? Morgan!
Well, they got the car.
Do you hear, Morgan? Morgan! Do you hear, Morgan?
That answers the question from earlier, why he chose that car. Really doesn't have, he just has to take what he can get. I remember seeing Omega Man some years ago. Should see it again. It's been an awfully long time since I've seen it, though. I don't remember particularly liking it.
If Cortman thinks he can get to me by destroying my car, his wits are getting dull.
Oh,
Convertible would be nice.
he went to the dealer.
Probably handles well. But I can't think of comfort. There was a time when I shopped for a car. Now I'm looking for a hearse. This station wagon will have to do.
I did see I Am Legend when it was in the cinemas. I remember not liking it.
Alive. It's alive.
Wait! Don't run away! Come back here! Don't run away! Come back! Come back here!
Wherever he is, I've got to find him. If I have to search every street, every house, every alley, every inch of this town, I've got to find him.
Come back! Hey, boy, where are you?
Donation link just came up in the Twitch chat again.
Where are you, pal? Come here.
It's $40, is that right? Okay, we're at 45. Thank you for the donation, James. James made his regular offline donation. Oh.
They're dead. They've been staked. But these are made of iron. That wood, like mine. Someone else is alive in this world. But where are they? Where are they hiding? How many are there? Where did they come from? Why haven't I seen them?
How are you, James?
This is Robert Morgan. If somebody can hear me, answer me. For God's sake, answer me. This is KOKW calling. KOKW calling. Answer me.
Good to hear, James.
So you finally decided to come back. It's all right, boy. Good boy. Oh, be all right. Yes, sure. There, now we've got you all cleaned up. You're gonna feel better. I'm gonna put you down here now, and you can rest. Got you all cleaned up. There you go. Rest. Oh. You know they're out there, don't you? You poor, driven thing.
Juan says
everything's gonna be all right.
We're
Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Were drive-throughs a thing in the early '60s? I'm too young to know.
Everything's
Yeah.
gonna be all right. All right.
Drive-throughs.
You're going to get better. We're going to have lots of happy times together.
Drive-throughs were
You'll see
invented.
Everything's going to be fine.
I think in the 1930s. Yeah, drive-throughs were a thing. You know, not long after everybody had a car.
What's the use?
Wait, I'm not gonna hurt you. Can't you understand? Wait! Wait! I'm not going to hurt you. Wait! 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 I couldn't be out here in the daylight if I was one of them. You know that they can't come out until sundown. Do you want to come with me or do you want to face them?
It was pretty obvious, both here and even more so in the book, that he had the same chase with the girl that he just had with the dog. How many of you have never seen this before? You've not seen it, James? Yeah.
You feeling better?
Yes,
Would you like a cup of coffee?
thank you.
Mike is asking what year is this supposed to take place?
You seem very well organized here.
Yeah.
My name is Ruth Collins. I was married. I lost my husband. You are alone? You were married.
Yes.
Children?
A daughter.
Mike, the calendar that he had written on the wall said 1968.
What are you doing? Please stop, please. Stop it, please. You're making me sick.
Why do you turn
Please.
away?
Please.
Why do you turn away?
You are infected.
No.
Infected systems are allergic to garlic.
You think I'm one of them?
You will be.
You've made up your mind just because I...
You can't change the facts by talking.
Facts. What facts? That I got sick? I've had a sensitive stomach all my life. I saw my husband killed, torn to pieces right in front of our house. I've been wandering ever since. Hiding at night, not eating more than scraps. Sick with mourning, sick with fear, unable to sleep. Then you shout at me. You chased me across a field, hit me, dragged me to this house. And to top it all, when I get sick because you shove a piece of reeking garlic in my face, you tell me I'm infected.
Where are you
Let me
going?
go.
You can't go out there. It's almost sunset.
Let me go,
You
I
can't
said.
go out there now. In a few
I
minutes,
don't
the streets
care.
will be full
Let
of.
me go.
At
I don't
least let me give you a
care.
blood test.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You must be hungry. I'll fix you some dinner. You know, you should eat.
I can't. You seem used to them.
Oh, as much as anybody could be. I'm not frightened of them anymore, if that's what you mean. Oh, I protect myself against them, but only because there's so many. Individually, they're weak, mentally incompetent, like animals after a long famine. If they weren't, they surely would have found a way of breaking in here a long time ago.
Come out, Morgan.
Hear that? That's Ben Cortman. He was my friend.
Your friend?
He was like a kid brother. If I could find him and destroy him.
But you said he was your friend.
When I find him, I'll drive a stake through him, just like all the others.
But you lived through all this. Do you know why?
Perhaps I was chosen. That's a laugh. Or perhaps it's because a long time ago when I worked in Panama, I was bitten in my sleep by a bat. My theory is that the bat had previously acquired the vampire germ. By the time it entered my blood, it had been strained and weakened by the bat system. As a result, I have immunity. Well, it's only a guess, but it's all I have to go on.
You don't think that I'm immune, do you?
It's a simple matter to find out whether you are or not.
What will you do if I am infected? Cure me? You don't have to answer. I know as well as you do. It's incurable.
There might be a way. If not of killing the germ, at least of containing it, keeping it from spreading. If I had the equipment, the time.
Which you don't.
You are one of them.
I was. And without that injection, I'll be one again.
What do you mean? You found a solution?
That's right. Exactly as you said it could be. I take that for it.
What is it?
Defibrinated blood plus vaccine. The blood feeds the germ. The vaccine keeps it isolated and prevents it from multiplying. We've had it for some time now.
We?
There are quite a number of us.
And I thought you were alone. I was going to cure you. Does that amuse you?
No.
Now, I want the truth. I want all of it. Why are you here?
To find out if you know any more than we do. You know far less. We're alive. Infected, yes, but alive. We're going to reorganize society. Do away with all those wretched creatures who are neither alive nor dead. Start everything all over again.
And you want me to join?
You can't join us. You're a monster to them. Why do you think I ran when I saw you? Even though I was assigned to spy on you. Because I was so terrified of what I'd heard about you. You're a legend in the city, moving by day instead of night. Leaving as evidence of your existence bloodless corpses. Many of the people you destroyed were still alive. Many of them were loved ones of the people in my group.
I didn't know.
Is there any way you can get out of here?
What do you mean?
They're coming after you tonight. That's why I was sent here. To prevent you from resisting them. And supposed to keep you here. Until they come.
To kill me?
Yes.
Your new society sounds charming.
The beginning of any society is never charming or gentle.
And you pretended to be shocked at my violence. Well, what are you waiting for? Why don't you go on and use it? Get it over with. Use it. Get it over with.
Now you know. What are you going to do?
This moved very quickly. Yeah, this all happened extremely quickly.
What are you doing?
It's already done.
What?
Look. Look. You see? It worked, Ruth. The antibodies in my blood worked. My blood has saved you, Ruth. Do you know what this means? You and I can save all the others. We won't be alone. We'll never be alone again.
You are sure?
Wait. Don't be afraid. Where are you going?
I've got to get out of here. Tell them you're not a
You
threat
can't
to us.
go out there.
can
You
save all
wouldn't
of
get
us.
10 feet.
When they come here, there won't be time for questions and answers. They'll come to kill. For God's sakes, Robert, let me go. Oh, Robert, please.
Ruth, look, tomorrow.
Please. Oh, Robert.
Tomorrow, Ruth. Tomorrow will be
No.
all right.
Robert, no. Robert,
Yes, Ruth,
what if this doesn't last?
but it will. I've already checked it under the microscope. Wait, I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. I'll check it again.
But the door was open?
Ruth, just take a look at this. This'll prove it to you. Ruth, there's no change. I've double-checked.
Robert!
Ruth!
Robert!
Ruth, get away from her! Ruth, are you all right? Are you all right?
Run, Robert! Robert, run! Run! They've come to kill you, Robert. Run! Run!
Up there!
How did he get up there?
There he is.
Wait! You don't understand! Wait!
Get him! Get him!
Wait!
Surround the block! Move! Move! This way! Hey, over here! This way! Cover outside! Stand back.
What? Those smoke bombs? Is that what that?
There he is, in the church.
Kind of randomly throwing. Hi, Cherry. Cherry Round came in.
You freaks! All of you. All of you freaks! Mutations!
Hold it!
You're freaks. I'm a man. The last man.
Robert.
They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me.
I didn't know. Don't cry. There's nothing to cry about. We're all safe now. All safe.
That wasn't much of an ending. Yeah. Cherry says, I don't get it. Yeah, well, you only just came in, Cherry. Yeah, you showed up way too late. That was Last Man on Earth. It's pretty accurate interpretation of I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. The ending was weak. Not that I've actually read the novel, because I remembered. Yeah, the poster art is good, isn't it? Here, look at the poster. There are many variations on that poster. So many movie posters. The novel ends with him being overwhelmed by this army of survivors who have been struggling for months to locate him, to figure out where he actually is, because he's eliminated so many of them during his vampire staking expeditions during the day. No, I Am Legend is not a Will Smith movie. It's a novel from 1954 by Richard Matheson. The first zombie apocalypse novel. The first. But the novel ends with him being overwhelmed by this army of well-organized and well-armed survivors, and being taken to a prison cell. It ends with him in a prison cell with the woman who had befriended him and come to his house, wearing her uniform. They have a very strict regimented military organization, and her telling him that they're debating what to do with him, and it ends with him looking out the window of his prison cell, wondering what they're actually going to do with him. Yeah, the Will Smith movie is not loyal to the book at all, and not very good. And Mike is asking, is there any connection to The Last Woman on Earth? No. There's a movie called Last Woman on Earth. Is that Lippert or was it Corman? Sherry says, wow, he was writing up until 2013. Yeah, Last Woman on Earth is by Corman. Last Woman on Earth is one of those movies that Corman shot. I think he shot it in Puerto Rico, but it was one of those that he shot after he was done with the movie that he was in Puerto Rico to shoot. Had some extra days and some extra time, so he just, slapped something together. It's not a good movie. Yeah, they go on this woman and two or three men go on a scuba trip. They take a boat offshore, go on a scuba trip, and they come back and everybody's dead. The whole world has died while they were off scuba diving. This I was saying when I started this that this was produced and directed by Roger Corman. I was completely wrong about that. I didn't bother to do any reading about this film before I started because I'd seen it. I thought I knew about it. No, this was Lippert. Produced by Robert Lippert, one of the worst filmmakers of all time. As far as I know, Lippert didn't produce any good movies. This would be as close to a good movie as he might have come. Yeah, he made terrible movies. A lot of Lippert's films ended up on Mystery Science Theater. If you want to see a collection of Lippert films, who did direct it? I don't recall at the moment. Anyway, the donation link just came up in the chat. We're at $45. We're at our $100 goal. So please make donations. I'm going to stop the stream briefly and get ready for the next film called Nothing Sacred. And Mike is going to get on with me, co-host it with me. This is a 1937 film starring Carol Lombard. It's a comedy, a social satire, which I have not seen. And I'm looking forward to it. The theme being the two most important things about the year 2020 were plague or pandemic and media disinformation. And Nothing Sacred is about media disinformation. So I'm going to stop the stream briefly. We'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes. And see you there. Everybody come back.